It's the big one. It is the match that everyone wants to watch, at least for what? The IPL that it is, the rivalry that is produced, MI vs CSK is one particular fixture that you want to pen down your calendars, and we're finally here. We'll talk about it on Criclytics Man vs Machine with Saba Karim. Don't go anywhere because it's Rohit versus Dhoni. Yes, it's blue versus yellow, it's Mumbai versus Chennai, and we have some sort of preview to dissect between these two. Let's get Saba Karim straight on here and ask him about his prediction first up. We'll do things differently today with regards to how we go about it on Criclytics Man vs Machine. I'm going to put Saba on the spot straight away. One word answers, please. MI or CSK?
That's not fair, Avnish. One word answer. But I think given the current form, I will go with CSK. But this is such a critical phase of the tournament. On one hand, you have CSK. I don't think they would look to play this game in order to qualify. I think they've kind of done that already. They do have 2 more games or 3 more games to win. But I think CSK would be looking to be the number one side till the qualifiers, which means that they'll get one more opportunity to play in the finals of this IPL. On the other hand, Mumbai Indians, they possibly cannot afford to lose at this stage. And I think it'll be a good test for them to really understand where they stand, look at the balance, look at the conditions, and see that whatever changes they have brought in their adaptability or in their 11, will that hold true even against a strong side like CSK or not? So quite an interesting clash coming up.
Absolutely, I think you summed it up quite perfectly. Let's get into some of the talking points here, and it's strength versus strength. I'm going to ask you about Mumbai's strength, which has been in their death overs with the ball in hand, against CSK's might, which has of course been with the bat in hand in the death overs. Who do you think will win this battle? More importantly, do you think this battle will decide the entirety of the game?
To some extent, yes, because Mumbai Indians' death over bowling has been excellent. They do have top quality bowlers, Bumrah and Trent Bolt. They've done quite well. But I do feel that it is also a clash of the top order, Avnish, because if you look at Chennai's Super Kings, they have a settled top order. They have the 2 openers who are in great form. They have Moeen Ali, Suresh Raina, Jadeja to back them up. On the other hand, you have Mumbai who struggle with the top order. Rohit Sharma not in prime form, Peacock, although he did score some runs in the last game, but I think it seems quite brittle to me even now. So I think it will be, the battle will also be played right at the beginning in the top order, as well as what we have mentioned in the death overs.
Yeah, I think that's pertinent points mentioned by you because it takes away my following question, so we can move on directly to the 1-minute pitch, and it comes, of course, with the focus being on CSK. Now, fair enough, they've played at the Wankhede. They've also, of course, shifted bases to Delhi right now. They haven't introduced spin at all throughout the power play in this season, being the only team to do so. Why do you think that is?
Because they haven't had the need to do so, Avnish. I was going through their track record. The maximum they've conceded in the power play was about 45 to 50 runs. And I think that's not a big worry for CSK. In any case, the kind of bowling combination they have, they prefer to bowl 4-over spell of Deepak Chahar right at the beginning with Sam Curran or the other bowler from the other end. And MS also have always believed that Jadeja and the other spinner, whoever they play, whether it is Imran Tahir or Moeen Ali, they are far more effective in the middle overs. And I think in that sense, Dhoni understands how to utilize their spinners, and he's able to understand the need of the side and what is needed to make some inroads in the middle overs through the spell of the spinners. I think that is why we haven't seen that kind of a change in the power play.
Yeah, the fact that you mentioned that they have Deepak Chahar and Sam Curran, both of course who can swing it around corners. So well done, you've passed that verdict. Let's see how you get on with your predictions, because you've been gradually improving and beating the robot, and Criclytics as a machine has taken it upon itself to beat you this time around. So it's got some good predictions, Saba. Let's see if you can match it. Batsmen first, please. Before Criclytics has a go, I will tell you that in a while. Who are you going for in terms of batsmen? There are quite a few choices. Will you stick with Rohit Sharma?
I would still stick with Rohit Sharma. I know there's Faf du Plessis, Ruturaj Gaikwad is in good form, but one has to admit that Rohit Sharma is a proven match winner. He just needs to play those initial 15 to 20 deliveries, and then he can really put on a big score for his side. So I would go ahead with Rohit Sharma even in this big encounter against CSK.
Yeah, Rohit's been having a good IPL, so that's a fair choice. But Criclytics goes against you. It goes with Faf du Plessis. So let's see who'll come out in that battle with you and Criclytics. Bowlers next, and I'll tell you who Criclytics has gone for. He went for, of course, Ralchar in the last game. Criclytics is sticking with Ralchar for this game as well. Do you concur with the machine here?
Yes, I concur with the machine because Rahul Chahar has been mighty impressive. He bowls according to his field. He understands the batsmen. Plus, he's got good support from the captain. And I think what I like about a youngster is, when they set their own field, which means that they have done some kind of a strategy against each and every batsman. And I think it comes from a lot of confidence and the ability to have faith in your own in your abilities.
Yeah, keep an eye out for Ralchar, guys, in your fantasy picks as well. Just because he thrives against CSK, he's been doing it for the last 6 games now, getting 2 furs and 3 furs and whatnot, and also keeps a lot of runs down to the bare minimum low. Right, all-rounders, because this is where you can get really confused in a fixture like Mumbai CSK. There's Kieran Pollard, Krunal Pandey, we saw him bat against Rajasthan, remember? Then you have Jadeja, Sam Curran, Moeen Ali. I'm lost in who to pick. Criclytics knows who's to pick, but what about you, Saba? Do you know who to pick?
Has to be Jadeja and no one else. Can you possibly think of an 11 without Jadeja for CSK or even for the national team? I think over the past 2-3 years, the way he has upped his game has been wonderful, and all 3 skills. So it has to be Jadeja, Avnish, again.
Okay, CSK of course have Moeen Ali as well, and that's what Criclytics think might just be able to beat Jadeja in this head-to-head. But I'm with you, Saba. I think Jadeja is absolutely brilliant, not just from a Criclytics point of view or a fantasy point of view, but just even in you're picking him for your team, like you said, you have to feature him. Right, wicket-keepers, because Ishan Kishan did not play the last time out. Quinton de Kock got back into form, but you also have someone like Mahendra Singh Dhoni who doesn't bat at all. Are you going to stick with the South African, I'm guessing?
Because one doesn't know whether Ishan Kishan will get a place in the 11. I hope he does, because I believe Mumbai Indians need an extra batter in the 11. They were a batsman short, so you can do that against the other team, but not against CSK. So I think Ishan Kishan may get to play. But yes, I would go with de Kock. He seems to have, found his form, the kind of maturity he displayed in the last innings he played. I'll go ahead with de Kock.
Yeah, fair call that. Considering you also said that the Delhi surface suits him better, opening the batting for Mumbai, and Criclytics agrees with you. So you guys have got Rahul Chahar and Quinton de Kock as your similarities. Let's see with the terms of the result, because guess who Criclytics has gone for? Yeah, okay, I've given it away with my question, haven't I?
It has to be CSK, isn't it?
Yes.
I think I find a great balance in the side, and I think they're propped up by the fact that they've got some very excellent all-rounders in the mix. They bat right down the order till about number 9, when Shardul Thakur can also come in and play some important can play some power hitting shots. They have Sam Curran. Before that, they have Jadeja. They have MS Dhoni. So I think they have an excellent bunch of cricketers now who have taken responsibility and who are playing up to their potential.
Okay, so CSK it is for you as well. So we wish you well in this one. Just before you go, Saba, 25 games in the IPL so far. We're approaching about 30 games in the halfway mark. Is it looking like a 4-horse race with RCB, CSK, Delhi and Mumbai running away with it? Or do you think there'll be still some twists and turns?
I think there'll be some surprises in the offing, Abhinesh, because I do believe that there are other teams who can make a late move. But I think this is kind of the halfway stage. So 2 or 3 more wins for the top 3-4 sides will ensure qualification in the playoffs. But I think there'll be at least 3 teams who will fight for the number 4 spot.
I mean, if that happens, we'll absolutely hold you true to it, and we'll want that as fans, because at the end of the day, the more the drama we saw it last year, it just gets absolutely better towards the business end of the season. We'll catch Saba Karim later as well, but until now, it's a goodbye from all of us. Subscribe to the cricket.com YouTube channel, and like I say, download the cricket.com app as well, because it gives you all you need to know, especially during an IPL game.